Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. So I was at CPAC just kind of waiting around, people taking pictures with me and stuff, and then I see a guy sticks his hand out and says, "Hey, Kevin." And I looked up, and it's Michael Flynn Jr., Michael Flynn's son. And I was like, "What's up, man? How's your pops?" He says, "Oh, he's doing good. He's doing good." I said, "Well, hey, anything we can do to help, let me know." He said, "Dude, I appreciate that." We had seen each other. We met. First time I ever met him, saw him at Cleveland at the Republican convention. Spent time with him and his father. We talked politics for a little bit. And one meeting, he sees me at CPAC and says, "What's up, my brother?" And we had a heart-to-heart. And you know what? He's in the driver's seat. He knows it. I asked him, he says he can't talk about it. But I'm telling you, I can read body language, and the Flynn family is about to get their pound of flesh from the left. I said, "Look, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but because you have been wronged and you have the ability to get discovery from Mueller, let's just say there's a big, fat, 8-figure book deal in this." Woo! It was interesting to find that out. Hey, speaking of which, there's a lawsuit going on with the school in St. Louis, MICDS, this very prestigious high school. I think it's a junior high and high school, but it's about to be sued. And here's what's funny about it. One of my friends, who's a very wealthy man, he says to me, I was on a team call with a group of people, and they said, "Yeah, this family's taking their younger daughter out of the school because they're tired of the social justice stuff, but they're leaving their daughter who's a junior or a senior in because they figure she's pretty much done. So it's, they don't care, but they're not going to send any more kids to that school." And so I didn't know who this was. I'm on the phone with 40 different families who are mad about what's going on at this private school where they are kowtowing to progressivism, leftism, stupidism, moronism. And so I don't know who this person is. So I talked to this friend of mine who's also been working on this thing, very wealthy man. He says to me, "Oh, because see, when the lady said we're taking the other daughter out, the school just said, well, make sure she leaves her iPad," and that was it. They didn't say, "Is there a reason? Is there something we can do? We're really upset that things aren't going out." They said nothing. So when my friend called, he says, "Kevin, that's a bigger deal than you think." And I went, "How so?" He goes, "That family has given 9 figures to the school." I went, "What did you say?" He says that family's donated 9 figures, over $100 million to that school. Now, I don't know how y'all are, but let me just say, if you're a person and you have donated 9 figures to me, I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to figure out what it is that where we screwed up to where you want to pull your kids out of my organization or whatever else. Now, if it's completely off base and you're trying to buy me, you think you can compromise me, take your money. But if it's something you have a legitimate case about, I'm going to talk to you. That's not just because of the money, just to be blunt. If you leave my organization for any reason, I want to talk to you and find out what was the issue. That's just the nature of me. But if you're a 9-figure donor to me, which I have nobody anywhere close to that. I don't have 8 figures, 7 figures. I do have 6-figure donors, but I don't have anything larger than that. But a 9-figure donor, I'm going to find out what's going on. They didn't even care. Can you imagine having such a large endowment or having so much money going into your school that you can say to a 9-figure donor, "Make sure your daughter turns in her laptop"? Wow. Crazy world, folks. Here's another thing that's crazy that's along the same lines. By the way, there's a group of parents looking to sue the school because they're going, "We pay $30,000 a year so you can teach our kids how to be social justice idiots." No, we want them to be taught regular course curriculum. Reading, writing, and arithmetic. This story is interesting. Lawyers gathered at the Atlanta office of a big law firm were debating a head-scratching legal question. What does the emoji known as amuse face actually mean? They couldn't even agree that the emoji in question, it has raised eyebrows and a frown, looked unamused. Everyone said something different, recalls Morgan Clemens, a 33-year-old regulatory compliance lawyer at Aldrich Pitt LLP, who organized the gathering last summer at Brine Cave LLP called Emoticon Law 101. She didn't even know that's what the emoji was named. I don't think many of us in this room ever thought that's what it was. Emojis, tiny pictures of facial expressions or objects used in text messages, emails, and on social media are no longer a laughing matter, that they report, for the legal profession. Increasingly, there are bones of contention in lawsuits ranging from business disputes to harassment to defamation. In one Michigan defamation dispute, the meaning of an emoticon, an emoji-like image created with text characters from a standard keyboard, was up for debate. A comment on the internet message board appeared to accuse a local official of corruption. It was followed by the :P emoticon. The judges on the Michigan Court of Appeals concluded in 2014 that the emoticon is used to represent a face with its tongue sticking out to denote a joke or sarcasm. The court said in a comment, couldn't be taken seriously or viewed as defamatory because he used an emoticon that stuck his tongue out like, Now, here's what I think you should find interesting. We're talking about emoticons in the context of you can be sued if you send the wrong one, or it can be misconstrued if you send the wrong one. Can you imagine if you say to your secretary, hey, Linda, could you please look into that? I appreciate how you handled things the other day. Wink, or a smiley face, or you picked the embarrassed emoticon versus the more business-like one, or maybe you picked the cowboy or the clown, or you put a wine glass or whatever. That is how crazy the world has become. People want to sue you based on your emoticon. He used the wrong emoticon. It denoted something completely different. It wasn't sarcasm. It was snarkiness. I'm just telling you, the world around you has eroded. And you can get mad at me for telling you the truth about things, but this is where we are right now. We are looking at emoticons as potential for lawsuit. When I tell you that the government, leftism particularly, will look for reasons to get you upset. I get emoticon. You know what happens when I get an emoticon on my phone? I don't even know what it is. It's too little. I don't know if you can make them any bigger. Maybe you can. I know you can to text. But it's too little. And let's say it was a blushing emoticon versus a kiss-blowing emoticon. I'm not going to sue somebody over that. Oh, what are you trying to say? You were embarrassed to send your message to me? I don't understand it. But this is where we are.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.